What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to show y'all how to make a container garden. We've got a large garden over at my mom and papa's house that maybe I'll show y'all some videos of later in the season, but out here at my personal house in a subdivision, we're just going to do a small garden with maybe a few tomato plants, a pepper plant, and maybe a container for lettuce and other salad items like that. So first of all, let me show you guys. Here I've got my 2 tomatoes, right here I've got a red beefsteak, and right here I have a Cherokee purple. These are like the more expensive Bonnie plants from Lowe's. You don't have to buy those, but that's what I chose. And then we also have a jalapeno pepper right here. Jalapeños are one of my favorites. And like I told you in the beginning of the video, this is going to be a container garden. I'm a rookie at this, so I just got my Amazon package in today. And right here are my 6 25-gallon fabric container pots. So let's go ahead and open these up and I'll show them to you guys. So like I said, I bought these off Amazon. Right here is the brand name. It was just one of the products that I chose for a good price. Wasn't looking for any specific brand. They were available for quick shipment and great price. I mean, isn't that what everybody buys nowadays? So here's this fabric pot right here, and I mean, I'm telling you guys, this thing is freaking huge. Oh my gosh, it's about 2 foot around and about 12 inches high, so that is going to definitely take a large amount of soil. I don't even know if this pot might not be too big for what I'm doing. Maybe I should have stuck with the 20-gallon. But like I said, I just did a little research online and they were saying 20 to 20 gallons for your tomatoes. So 20 to 25 gallons for your tomatoes. So that's what I chose. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do, guys, is start preparing this soil. And let me show y'all what I purchased. Again, I purchased this stuff from Lowe's. Right here I have an organic Miracle-Gro raised bed soil. I have the Miracle-Gro Performance Organics soil, and I also have this black cow manure, which is organic, and I will be putting some of that in there too. So I'm not sure if I have enough soil to fill 3 of these containers, and I can definitely tell you that I'm going to be able to put more stuff in with the pepper plant, because a 25-gallon is probably way too large for the pepper. But this is how we're going to do it this year, and we'll see how it turns out, and we may have to reevaluate and do something different for next year. So since we have limited soil here, and I think I'm going to have more, I believe I'm just going to show the 2 tomato plants in this video, and then I'll probably have to go back to the store and get more soil for the pepper and what other plants we put in there. So we're going to start out by using the regular Miracle-Gro raised bed soil, and it's a 1.5 cubic feet. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour the bag into here, and once we get it in here, we can add the other and mix it up with our shovel. All right, so that filled about 50% of this container here, maybe a little bit less because you'll probably want to keep it down from the top just a bit, but these things do have handles on them, which are pretty cool because you and maybe a partner or whatever could grab them and move them around. Say if you needed to get them out of a storm, or say there was going to be a frost and you'd planted too early, you could take these maybe inside your house somewhere, or set them in a well protected area so you don't lose your plants, such as if you planted them in a regular garden in the soil of the ground and you can't move them because they're stationary. So there's that right there. Next, we're going to put about 50% of the Performance Organic soil in here. And to tell y'all the truth, without actually reading the labels and evaluating this, I'm not really sure what the difference is in the regular Miracle-Gro raised bed and the Performance Organics. I do not know. Okay, I'm gonna take my shovel here and do a little bit of mixing. In my readings, I also found that you can use other stuff such as vermiculite and peat moss, depending on how wet your container keeps it. You know, more peat moss to hold more moisture, less peat moss to hold less moisture. More vermiculite, like makes your air pockets in there, and helps out, you know, so you don't get a real dense compaction in your soil, so that your roots can breathe better. And all this stuff I'm telling you is stuff that I have read and studied. You know, I am by all means not an educated teacher when it comes to gardening. This is just stuff that I've experienced over the years, and I'm trying brand new things and just wanting to show you guys, again, like I said earlier, the experience that I'm doing right now. It could be positive, it could be negative. We'll just have to wait and see the updates that happen. I also had read about these fabric containers, and they allow for proper drainage as compared to maybe doing it in a bucket or another container that doesn't have proper drainage, because this fabric is similar to the geotextile material that I use underneath my landscape beds. A lot of people use a fabric under there that's designed for a landscape bed. I use the thicker geotextile material because it helps prevent the weeds better, doesn't deteriorate over time. It's probably made from things that aren't good for the environment, like oil products, but at the same time it does not deteriorate fast like your typical plastic people put under landscape beds. So that is why I like it better. And also, the cool thing about these tomato plants is, unlike some other plants, they have their hairs on their stems, and you can add soil to them. Like, so if you're planting a Japanese maple or something, you do not want to put the root ball under the ground deep, or you will get root rot and can rot your plant out and kill it. Tomatoes are different. It will form new roots off the side of the stem, hence the reason why that a lot of people will trim off some of the small baby growth off the sides and plant the tomato plant deeper to get a better root structure for the plant. So in some of the teachings and videos that I have watched, they do plant them in less amount of soil and add soil to it as the next few weeks go by and the plant starts to mature a little bit in size. So that's another experiment that I have not done before. As far as adding the soil, we always pinch some of these top stems off right here. We always pinch those off and plant the plant deeper in the garden when we're planting it in the backyard over at my mom and my grandfather's house. So now that we've mixed those two items, let's move on to the next. We're going to do some of this black cow manure. We're going to do about 1/3 of the bag in here, 1/3 in the other container, and then we'll save 1/3 for the pepper plant container that we will be doing later. All right, I'm actually not going to dump the bag in here, but I'm just going to take some scoops with the shovel. All right, so that's about 1/3 of the bag right there. Hopefully in planting in these containers, we'll be able to avoid some pests such as cutworms and some of the other grub worms and pests that can be detrimental to your tomatoes. Now, I don't know that to be fact, because they might already be in the soil that came from the Bonnie manufacturer grow house. I'm not really sure. They could be in the soil that's coming right here from these organic mixtures. But anyways, that looks pretty good right there. We have one container completed. I'm gonna show you right here. We're about 6 to 8 inches down from the top right there, which should be okay. Like I said, we're going to add some more soil to this in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get these tomato plants out, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to plant them in this container right here. So we're going to start out right here with our Cherokee purple. It's a Bonnie plant. Hope that's in focus for you guys. Says bury 2/3 of the plant. It actually says that on here, so that will be perfect for when we add some more soil to it. Full sun, 6+ hours. Cool thing with these containers is if you find that the spot that you have them in is not good, you can always move it. So throughout the day, you know, you could move it or whatnot to keep it in the sun longer or keep it in the sun less, depending on what part of the United States you're in. This one right here says it has like an 80 to 90 day maturing. So what I'm gonna do is we are gonna take it out of here. Okay, I'm gonna pinch off these bottoms leaves right here. We'll just go ahead and put those in the container too to decompose. And we can as well, we will go ahead and pinch this one off right here as well. Let's go ahead and pinch that one off. Okay. And then we will plant that. We could go ahead and pinch this other one off too. Let's go ahead and do it for the experiment. So we're gonna plant this that deep right there into our thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of here. This has got plenty of moisture in it right here. It rained all night last night, so we will need to add quite a bit to our container, but I hope you can see this, guys, but I'm gonna make a little bit of a hole right here in the middle. Okay, break that apart just a little bit. There you go, so you guys can see. And then we can pull our soil up to it. I'm gonna make a little bit of a mound right here in the middle and go ahead and pull the soil up around it so that when I get back later with the other soil, I can just fill in around it. So here you can see the first tomato I've got down in here. I've got it mounded up, and I'm just gonna put that soil around the outside of that right there. It should be perfectly fine. I'll just get the raised bed soil again, the one that's less expensive, and put around the outside of that to bring it on up to the level that I would like it to be to. So now let's move on to our second container over here and plant it. All right, guys, check it out. I can just grab it right here and just slide it right on out of the way. Grab this one, pull it right into the frame right there. All right, let's do the same to this one. Right here we have a red beefsteak heirloom tomato. Grow these a lot at my grandfather's house and over at my mom's. We've been eating these for years. Good tomato. Same 6+ hours sun a day, 2/3 berry. You know, this is a 90-day maturity, just a little bit longer. The other one was 80 to 90 days, so very similar. But let's do the same thing. Let's pinch off the bottoms of these plants down here, and we'll bury this one up just like we did the other one. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze the cup just a little bit, get it loose in there. There we go. So you want to make sure you keep your little identification in each one so you know what they are. That's got that one mounded up in there. Like I said, I'm gonna go get more soil and put around there. And man, we are gonna have to get us some tomato cages or some kind of stakes, wood stakes, whatever you want to use. I've got all kinds of tomato cages, so I'm not sure what we're going to use for this one yet. I don't know if we're going to like make our own wood stakes or not, but maybe we can update you. It will be about a week or so before I give you an update video on these plantings I've done here. I've got a little project that I have to do, and I'll be out of pocket. Hopefully we'll have plenty of videos of the project as well. It's going to be an exciting experience, and me and one of my good buddies are going to do it. So that's total off the subject to these tomatoes, but anyways, that's all I've got for you today. I've planted them in here. Now I'm going to get some water. I'm going to go ahead and water these, make sure the soil is moist. The soil was already quite moist because it's been sitting out here in the back, and we had a large rain yesterday, so that's why I did not water these prior to planting them. But I do believe I am going to give them a little bit and just see how this fabric lets the water out, see how quick it dries. You know, this is all a test. I don't know. We might have to water these things every day. We might have to water them every other day, 3 days, once a week. I'm not sure yet, but fortunately, I do have a super nice watering system in my landscape, and I can attach some irrigation to these once it starts getting warmer and hotter in the summer. We're still having some cold days. Could still see a frost here in Tennessee. For y'all that don't know, I'm located right here in southeastern Tennessee, so that's what zone I'm in for any of y'all that are wondering. But make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave any comments on what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what else you'd like to see from me. I am so excited to keep you updated on this right here. You can check out my social media links. Maybe we'll have some pictures of that as well. Probably going to pop some Instagram feeds up of this here in a minute. But Anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all watching again, and I will see you in the next video.